Hey guys, what's up? And today I'm going to be reacting to Bleacher Report's top 25 under 25. And I'm going to not be talking a ton about all the players just because I don't want this to be like a 20-minute long video. But Miles Turner's first off, he's a really good defensive center. Though he's not the best fit with Sabonis, he is a pretty good player. And at number 24, Lonzo Ball, he's only 22, so he still has potential. And I don't know if he'll ever be as good as we thought he could be, but he could always be like a average starter or like extremely good six man, like one of the best. I think that's his potential. At number 23, I have Michael Porter Jr. And his potential is extremely high. Though he does have injury history, if he can stay healthy, he definitely could be one of the best players in the NBA one day. And next, at number 22, Domantas Sabonis, Indiana Pacers. He's pretty good. I think he should have been higher, but this season was the one that he really exploded. But the Pacers, I guess they aren't a top team in the league. Number 21, Jonathan Isaac. Now, his offense is not good at all, which is why I would probably rank Sabonis over him. But he does have the potential to be one of the top defensive players, if not the best defensive player for a few years in the future. Number 20, Jamal Murray. Now, I think he should be higher because his potential, I'm going to be talking about people's potential on this video because we don't really know a ton about them yet. They're really young. But, yeah, his potential is really high. He's done really good, last year and this year, and he's been a big part of the Nuggets who have surprisingly been really good. At number 19, John Collins. And though he has had some off-the-court struggles, he is a really good player for the Hawks. He could be their second or third guy, and I think that they could potentially go for a title in maybe like 5 years from now. Next is Kristaps, and why he's this low is the torn ACL, but he still has great potential. He still played great. If he didn't have that torn ACL, he would probably be top 10, maybe even potentially top 5. At number 17, DeAndre Ayton. He has also had some off-the-court struggles, but as a center, he's a traditional center, but he's performing really well with it. Great fit with Booker, and I think that he could be, maybe not the best pick in that draft, but he could potentially be the third best pick in that draft behind Young and Doncic. And at number 16, I have D'Lo. Now, I feel like if this was last year with the Nets, he should be higher, but now, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but with Cat, he'll be happy. He'll probably stay there, and that's good just for him to finally get some stability, in one place. He's already been with the Lakers, Nets, Warriors, and now Timberwolves. He's a really old journeyman. I think that we forget that sometimes, that he's been with 4 teams already, and he's not even 25. But at number 15, I have we have Jaren Jackson Jr. Bleacher Report does, not mine. But he is really good, and I think that he could be a second star, a second or third in, the Grizzlies, their potentially dynasty. And, he's a power forward, but he's a stretch big. That's big. That's big for your team. And then Bam Adebayo at number 14. And he's kind of a traditional center, but he's great at defense, and he's doing what he needs to do to win. That's really what you need to do to get higher on my list. And then De'Aaron Fox, he hasn't done incredibly well, at least for his team production, but only his production, he's done really good, and he's one of the fastest players in the NBA. I think once Russ retires, he could be the fastest. At number 12, Jaylen Brown. Now, I think he will be a probably 5-time All-Star when he retires, and him with Tatum together will potentially be one of the best duos in NBA to come. And at number 11, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This is only his second year, and he's already the second best player on a Western Conference playoff team that's 6th or 7th. I think they're 6th, and that's really good for someone that young. Shai has incredible talents, and if he could get good at a couple things, extremely good at it, he could be in the MVP consideration. Probably not will ever win an MVP, but MVP consideration, which, that's really good. Then you have Brandon Ingram, and if he can stay healthy, he can maybe be MVP consideration. I don't know, but with him on the Pelicans with Zion, he'll probably be a second guy. But if you're the second guy to Zion, I mean, that's not bad. And at number 9, Devin Booker. Now, his team success, he hasn't really had any, and it's surprising that he's, only 23. It seems like he's been in the league for, 7 years. But, yeah, I mean, he's really young, he's really good, and Devin Booker, I mean, he's good at scoring. That's all I can say. If you can get a few other pieces around him that can help him now, then they have a chance to maybe make the second round. And then you have Donovan Mitchell. He's really good at scoring, good at defense, and he's had a lot of playoff success already. Went to the second round and first round, and he's only been in the league for 2 years. This is his third, but might not be a playoffs. But yeah, I mean, that's really good to see someone that was the 13th pick do that good already. And then at number 7, Ja Morant. Now, this is most likely because of his potential, but he's already showed how good he is, averaging about 20 per game, leading the Grizzlies to a playoff spot right now. I mean, that's all I can say. Ja Morant has done really, really good. And then Trae Young, who, he's not good at defense, but he'll score the ball when he needs you to, and he hasn't had a lot of team success, but this is only his second year, and not really any pieces around him, because all the pieces around him are also really young. Then at number 5, Ben Simmons, and he can't shoot. There's nothing other to say. He can't shoot, but at everything else, he's really good. He's good at layups. Now, you do need to build a team around him, which is, that's pretty hard to do. I mean, in the NBA, that's pretty hard to do. But he's great at defense. He can score great inside the paint. And what he's good at, he is really, really good. I mean, that's kind of obvious. He's the 5th best player. But what he's good at, he's one of the best at. And then you have Karl Anthony Towns, who his team hasn't had much success. But who have they really had? They have Jimmy Butler for a tiny bit, which they made the playoffs. He's had Andrew Wiggins as his basically second best player that he's been with, other than Jimmy Butler is barely there. And when he was there, he was arguing with everyone. So, I mean, you can't really judge someone with Andrew Wiggins as your second best player and no supporting cast at all. But, I mean, he's been doing great with him. His personal stats is doing tremendous. Then you have Jason Tatum, who he had a bit of a drop-off last year. But in the past, month or two, he was going off with the Celtics. And, I mean, I've become a fan of him. I'm not a really big fan of a lot of teams, probably the Mavericks and the Wizards, because I'm a humongous Doncic fan. But Tatum, I'm a really big fan of him as a player. Now, I'm not a bandwagon of the Mavericks, but I was a big fan of them last year because of Luka. Big fan of him since day one. You can quote me on that. I've said that he could be the GOAT. But Tatum, there's nothing else to say about him. He's been going off this year. He's had an MVP argument, kind of, in the past, month. And he's the best player on, the second or third best team in the East. Arguably, I think that he's the best. And then you have Zion Williamson, who the main question mark about him is how are his knees, legs going to hold up? Because, he's heavy, but he uses that to his advantage. But, yeah, that's really the main question. If he can stay healthy, he will be one of the best players in the NBA for years to come. And then at number 1, you guessed it, Luka Doncic. I already talked about him a bit. I think he has the potential to be the all-time best, better than Michael Jordan, better than LeBron James. And I am pretty excited for MJ's documentary getting moved up, The Last Dance. But yeah, Luka Doncic, he's only 21. He's almost averaging a triple-double, and he led the Mavericks with a lot of injuries. He's gotten injured a couple of times, but if he can hold up, yeah, I think he will be one of the all-time greats. And he already led them to the playoffs. He's only 20, 21. I think he's 20, right before the season ended, but now he's 21. But, that's still incredible. He's one of the youngest players ever to average to get a triple-double. And he's already got, almost 20, probably about 20. He's already leading the Mavericks in all-time stuff. But guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Tell me any corrections that you have on the Bleacher Report article. This is not mine. This is Bleacher Report's. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and peace.